Hey guys, Karim Ellis here, and today I want to ask you a very profound but powerful question. It's simply this: are you using the right fuel? Are you using the right fuel? Now, listen, right now it's June 2020. We have come through 3 months of horrendous quarantine. That means businesses were dictated to be either essential or non-essential, depending on the government. And unfortunately, gyms across the country were deemed non-essential. So for the last 3 months, give or take, we've been doing our best to try to work out at home. And don't get me wrong, shout out to P90X and Beachbody.com. But there's a difference between working out at home and working out inside the gym. So I'm gonna be honest with you, the quarantine calories did add up. I mean, I gotta be upfront. I was eating a little bit more than I should have ate, and without having proper exercise at my disposal, the weight started to balloon up. So I had a conversation with my wife, right? And she said, babe, we should do a ketogenic diet. Now, I was in full agreement with it. Why? Because I did a ketogenic diet back in like 2013. See, here's the thing about me, guys. I am a self-proclaimed gym rat. So I'm in the gym about 6 days a week, give or take. And my goal originally back in 2013, I wanted to see my six-pack abs for the first time. So I'm in the gym, I'm giving it all I got. I leaned out, I dropped close to 40-something pounds. But for some reason, I could not break through and get that six-pack to pop out. I was so close, but I couldn't get the six-pack to ripple. And after 3 months of doing it and getting frustrated, I remember I was going to throw in the towel and just settle. And one of my buddies in the gym said, man, you hit a weight loss plateau. You should switch up and do a ketogenic diet. You should switch up and do a ketogenic diet. Now, timeout, flag on the play, freeze. Let me be clear with you. This video is not about how to do keto. I'm not going to explain that to you. If you've come trying to find out how to lose weight on keto, you're going to need to find someone else's video, because this video is not it. I'm using ketogenics as a analogy for the message I really want to deliver to you, okay? But for those of you that's not aware of keto, a ketogenic diet is a way of tricking your body into using and tapping into its fat reserves and fat storage that's already on your body, walking around every single day. So the way this works is like this. Your body loves carbohydrates. Facts about it, that's your preferred fuel to get through your day. So when you eat pasta, you eat junk food, the body loves those carbs for fuel. But the problem is, if you were like me, I had a lot of fat going on. I had the man boobs, the fat cheek, the back fat. There was no way in the world I was playing shirts and skin, basketball, with all that meat jiggling around here. So when I hit my weight loss plateau, the goal for keto was to trick my body into tapping into my fat storage to use it as fuel. And when that happens, it burns it off, which then reveals the sexy six-pack abs. So when I did it back in 2013, it worked. As you can see by the image right here, this dude got pretty lean. I mean, them abs was sexy. They was lean, right? So the idea being is to give up carbohydrates and get the body to switch to a different fuel source, which is fat. Okay, that's what broke me through the weight loss plateau. So the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is when it comes to chasing success, for many of you out there, whether you want to realize it or not, you are eventually going to hit what I call a success plateau. You are eventually going to hit a success plateau. See, for most of you out there, I'm willing to believe that you have a goal, a dream, a vision, something you're going after on a regular basis. It may be the lifestyle of your dreams. It may be home ownership. It may be that beautiful car that you want. It may be a lifestyle. But believe it or not, there is something you are actively going after right now. There's something you're locked on. But if you're like me, there was a stage of my journey where I hit a plateau. So for this scenario, let's go back to the age of 26. Around 26, I knew I wanted to be able to travel all over the world. I knew I wanted to settle down and get married. I knew I wanted to own houses with an S on the end, not singular, but plural, meaning I wanted more than one house. I wanted investments. There was a whole lot of things I wanted. But my problem was my job at that time was only paying me $12 an hour. And that was a pretty big problem. My job was only paying me $12 an hour. So it was unclear of how I was going to get my success at $12 an hour. So I did what most people do. I went to the job and I begged for overtime. Please give me overtime. They got any claims I could process. I did medical benefits, and they gave me overtime, but unfortunately the overtime was not the thing to break through my success plateau. I want you to hang with me real quick. So I went out and I picked up a second job. So instead of working 40 hours a week, now I'm working 60 hours a week. But as Napoleon Hill says, the book is called Think and Grow Rich, not Work Hard and Grow Rich. So I was working harder, but definitely not working smarter. And if you ain't figured it out by now, I was still stuck in my success plateau. I was still stuck in my apartment lifestyle. I was still stuck in my rob Peter to pay Paul lifestyle. I was still stuck at the situation where I was 1 month away from a check cashing place, 2 months away from a repossession on a car, if you get where I'm going at. So in order for me to transfer my mindset from where I was to where I am now, I had to be willing to do a ketogenic type of adaptation to my lifestyle. Okay, meaning, am I using the right fuel to give me my results? See, when I stalled out using what was normal to me, which was to work harder, not necessarily smarter, I hit a success plateau. When I changed my fuel source, then I began to see results. So I'm gonna be clear with you, this message is not gonna be for everybody. There are some of you that are so used to using those carbohydrates when it comes to living your life that you are not going to be willing to adjust over. And that's fine. You can turn this video off right now and go back to your life and enjoy those carbs. God wish you the bless. But for those of you that said, man, I'm ready to hit the next level. I want to see six-pack success in my lifestyle. I want you to pay close attention to the three things I'm going to say to you next. It's the time to change the fuel source. Meaning simply this. What are you sitting on, much like those fat storage reserves that was all over my body that I can tap into and use as fuel to give me the results I know I'm designed and destined to have? So for me, one of the fuel sources I tapped into my God-given gift and talent. And make no mistakes, every single person watching this video, you got something you sitting on. There's something you are extraordinarily gifted at and talented at. The issue being is, can I identify my gift? Can I master that gift? Can I put that gift in the right environment? And most importantly, can I control the gift? Can I identify my gift and talent? Can I master it? Can I put it in the right environment? And can I control the gift? See, for me, guys, I got three gifts I operate out of on a regular basis. Number one, I'm a gifted communicator. As a child growing up, you better believe I got in trouble for talking too much. My senior year, I was voted most talkative. So I always got in trouble for running my mouth. When it came time to do a school play, a book report, anything to put me in front of an audience, a spelling bee, I craved the ability to get in front of an audience because I knew exactly what to do with my gift of communication. So that's one of my gifts. Gift number two is my creativity. I was always that child that was super duper creative. I could look at a problem and come up with 17 different solutions on how to solve that problem, which would go forward and benefit me in different arenas of my life. And the third gift I operate out of is my ability to implement information very quickly. One of the things a lot of people don't know about me is I actually skipped a grade. I went from kindergarten to second grade. That means my mind can process stuff very fast. I have a super fast learning curve. If I truly want to enjoy the success God has desired for me to have, I'd be a fool to realize I have these home court advantages and not somehow figure out how to use them as fuel to get me to my fantastic finish line. When I climbed in corporate America, you better believe I used the gift of gab and communication to do it. You better believe I use my ability to understand and implement very fast and my creativity to catch the eye of the right people that can promote me and acknowledge me and push me farther up the totem pole. So the question being is, what is your gift? Now, for some of you, the reason why this is very difficult, because the media has done a great job at programming you as to what a gift looks like. You get off work, you go home, you grab a bite to eat, you sit down on the couch and watch TV, and you're watching your favorite pro athlete get paid $2 million to throw a football downfield or to dribble a ball between his legs. And in your mind, you think, man, that is a gift. Look what he's getting paid for. Or you watch your favorite musician at the Super Bowl, you realize what the NFL paid that person to sing. You think, oh my Lord, what a gift, what a payday. Or you watch your favorite celebrity TV star just sign another season of your favorite show and they're paying them $500,000 or $50,000 an episode. And you think, what a gift. Let me be clear with you. Whether you agree to this or not, there is something you sitting on right now inside of you internally, just like that fat storage reserve that's waiting for you to tap into it, that's considered a gift and talent. But you have to figure out what that gift and talent is. Some of the most powerful gifts in the world are what I call intangible gifts, the things you can't see. Some of you are powerhouse leaders. Some of you are super creative. Some of you are very ingenuitive about stuff. There are so many intangible gifts you're sitting on. Some of you just have stuff that is waiting to bubble forward. But man, you got to be willing to change your fuel source to change your results. So what's the gift and talent you're sitting on right now? Number two, I want to talk about the power of your expertise. And this is something else a lot of people let go flying by the wayside. Whether you know it or not, you, my friend, right now, you're an expert at something. If you've been on this planet long enough, you're an expert at something. There's something you know better than everyone else around you. But until you understand the power behind that fuel source, you'll never get the results from it. So let's rewind this real quick. Watch this. I'm an expert at communication and speaking. I've been speaking since 2007. It's 2020. So I got a lot of leverage under my belt. Do you think I've done this long enough to be considered an expert where I can teach somebody what I know? Just a question. I've been doing real estate for close to 20 years at this stage of the game. I bought houses, flipped houses, rehab houses, sold houses. Do you think I know enough about the art of real estate that I can teach somebody what I know? I've written a book. Do you think I know enough about being an author that I can teach somebody what I know? See, the problem with a lot of us, we discount our expertise, or we are guilty of taking our gift and talent and expertise and trading it for a paycheck when it's worth much more than that. Listen, I just said a word right there. Don't slap the computer. Don't you dare slap the computer, because for some of you, the light bulb is coming on right now at what I just said. Am I taking my gift and talent and expertise and am I trading it for less than what it's worth? Because up to the age of 26, I was guilty of doing that. I was taking my gift of communication as a corporate trader and trading my gift of communication for a paycheck when I speak on stage, it's worth so much more. It's a different fuel source, but it's the thing I needed to create six-pack success in my life. And the last thing I want to talk about is, are you using the power of leverage? We talked about your gift and talent. We talked about your expertise, but let's talk about leverage. Because for me to get to where I'm at right now, you understand that over the course of process, I have used leverage. And leverage is simply a means of lifting a heavy object with some sort of vehicle to make it easier. So if I went to go into my kitchen and move my refrigerator from the kitchen to the living room for whatever reason, I can sit there all day long trying to yank, pull, and push, or I can get a dolly, lift it up, and roll it across the floor in a matter of seconds. When it comes to chasing your goal and dream, are you sitting there trying to push using the fuel source that you've been using, that carbohydrate fuel where I'm busting my tail, getting that paycheck, Uncle Sam takes his cut, the bills take their cut, and then a little bit I may have left over, I got to hold on to it to another paycheck and I'm not getting anywhere, I'm robbing for Peter to pay Paul? Or is it time for me to figure out what leverage can I use that's going to scoop me across my floor and get me to my finish line quicker and faster? Now, some of the leverage tools I use I've already brought up. Number one, real estate. It's not that I'm in love with real estate, but I knew that if I could master the art of real estate as an expert and walk that thing out and flip a house for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, that leverage was a bigger payday than what I was going to make at $12 an hour. You get what I'm saying, right? But the only way that was possible, I had to make the physical decision to change the fuel source. So here's a question for you. What fuel are you currently using? And if you're not getting results, if you understand that you are facing a success plateau and it doesn't look like you're getting any closer to your fantastic finish, are you willing? Are you absolutely, unequivocally willing to change your fuel source? What's your gift? What's your talent? What's your expertise? And what leverage tools are around you right now, from real estate to stocks to owning a business or creating a business or investing in someone's business or monthly marketing? What is around you right now that you can use as leverage and a new fuel source to get you six-pack success like I know you were designed and destined to have? Now, if this message has impacted you in any way, shape, or form, number one, I need you to subscribe to this channel. New season, new day, messages dropping every week to get you the results I know you're designed to have. Number two, take a minute to share this message with someone that you know is cheating themselves because they are not using the proper fuel source to get the results. Every single one of us knows someone who's stagnant right now. We know, man, they are so good at this or so good at that. This is their expertise. Man, why are they not using the right fuel source to get the results? And then last but not least, I want to encourage you that you are empowered to win. Stop playing to lose. And as always, guys, be blessed.